Growing up in a business-minded family with a successful businessman's stepfather, I've adopted many of his mindsets without even knowing it at the time. Following a business university later made me investigate deeper this territory, and it brought back into my life some of the insights I learned when I was young. This is why I decided to create this many-part video series, so that I can share with you the most important rules you must follow in order for you to start a successful business. In this first video, we will tackle one of the most important rules that I truly believe stays at the core of entrepreneurship. Because the market is becoming saturated and more speculations around an impending recession are being raised every day, starting a successful business, whether it is online or offline, is going to be harder. And as an entrepreneur, you've got to make sure that you are able to overcome these challenges. To me, the success of a business boils down to how unique it is, how much value it brings to the table, and how determined the person running the business is to succeed. But before we dive deeper into this topic, let me know in the comments below what kind of business you're in and why you think people are buying your product or service. This exercise is great because it will make you aware of the value you bring to the table, and it will help you understand the things I'm about to share with you in just a minute. And for a limited period of time, I decided to offer you guys the chance to win a free one-on-one spiritual life coaching session with me. All you have to do to win is subscribe to this channel, like, and then comment on this video. I'll randomly choose at the end of each month 2 people that I'll coach based on your individual issues. This life coaching session can be extremely valuable to you, as you can get new useful insights about your business. Other than that, let's start up a discussion about starting up a startup. So, there are basically 3 business rules we will cover in this series, and which I strongly believe stand behind the success of any business. As a very broad definition, as an entrepreneur, your job is to create and deliver original products or services which people use to improve the quality of their life. Whether you are in the food industry, technology, or music industry, it doesn't really matter. Your job is to supply the market with the things they want, or even better, with the things they don't even know they wanted. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Baby Yoda. This is basically how entrepreneurs make a living, and I think we can all agree on that. Now, this may sound very simple at first, and you might be like, yeah, that's easy. Why do I need to know that? Skip to, where is the big money part? But not so fast, Captain Get-Rich-Quick. Look, the reason I want to tackle this aspect is because the majority of people starting businesses out there make this exact big mistake over and over again by missing the fact that their work has to be original. And this is rule number 1 for starting a successful business. The key element you need to understand is that your business has to be unique in order to be truly successful, period. This is the most important thing you need to remember about the business world, ever. In order for a business to be truly successful, you have to come with something out of the box, something innovative, authentic. It needs to have a distinct element from the others. Thus, it needs to have a unique selling point. If your business will look the same as everyone else's, it will not work, because that is simply not how the business world works. And this is why most people fail, because they are unable to differentiate themselves from the current market. They replicate the same ideas over and over again, and that is the perfect recipe for their failure and market saturation. The point I want to make is that the job of the entrepreneur isn't to replicate others' ideas, but to find new creative ways of solving people's problems. And a very good analogy I use all the time to explain this is that of associating entrepreneurs with explorers. Think of it this way. An explorer is courageous, is a natural leader, and, metaphorically speaking, often puts his life in danger to explore unknown lands so that he can find new treasures. And aside from the problematic colonial imagery, it is a good metaphor. And if you take a moment to think this through, this is what real entrepreneurs do. Think for a second. If the job of an entrepreneur is to innovate, to create, and then to deliver original products and services to people, that means you got to go out there to explore new territories in order to find those authentic products that no one else has ever found before. And only after you've found those unique treasures, you are then able to show the way to others to get to that place too. And I'm not even talking here about the bonus points if you can do it without spreading smallpox. In business terms, this is called market differentiation. But that, as you can imagine, isn't an easy thing to be done because it requires you to be creative, authentic, and to think outside the box. However, that right there is where the big money comes from, not from replicating other businesses. And if you don't believe me yet, Think of Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Mambo Number 5, Lou Bega. What do all of these people have in common besides their passion for technology and trumpet solos? Yeah, that's right. They all went off-road to explore new territories in order to bring something new to the market. They were not sheep. They did not follow the crowd. They did not go in the same direction everyone else was going, and yet they all came out with the most innovative products out there because they had the necessary guts to take risks. This is why the things like 10 business ideas that make profit or steal my business idea will never work unless you are the one creating that sort of stuff. And if you take a look on YouTube or any other platform, all you see is that sort of content. Make money fast and easy by doing this, or money tricks to get you rich, or how to start a business and get a bigger penis in one easy step. But to a real entrepreneur, this is nonsense. The truth is, and I want you to pay attention here, is that anyone who has a good business idea would keep it for themselves. There are no entrepreneurs out there with tons of new profitable business ideas who just want to share it with you, because whoever has those ideas are getting paid really big for their work, and they keep it for themselves. But think about it. Don't just take my word for it. If you really have a profitable business idea, would you share it for free? Of course not. You try to be the first to implement that idea, unless you've got a weird fetish where you like watching other people make your money. And I know it may sound discouraging at first, if you've never looked at things from this perspective before, but this is the harsh truth, and you got to accept that. Your business will likely fail if your idea isn't original enough. I mean, look, nobody is asking you to reinvent the wheel here, but you got to find that gap in the market and then be creative about it. As an example, just look at the work I do. I cover different personal development topics, from spirituality to marketing to relationships to business and so on. And guess what? There are tons of other people in this niche who've started long before me and who have bigger audiences. Giving all these in a way, it was mandatory for me to go off-road and to come with something out of the box. I've analyzed my niche, I've looked at my competition, I found a gap in the market, and then I saw the opportunity of mixing personal development with stand-up comedy. Whether you find it funny withstanding, I decided that entertaining personal development will be my unique selling point, because if I would have been doing the same things as my competition, it would have been almost impossible for me to be truly successful, because people always like the original better. After all, KFC did not call it the Colonel's original recipe for nothing. But because I am relatively new to the market and my YouTube channel is very small at this point, the big question is if my innovation is going to be good enough for people to like this sort of content. But I also know that as an entrepreneur, this is the risk I have to take to succeed. Chances are, if people like the mixture of self-help with comedy, I will outrank my competition because most of them have no unique selling point. On the other hand, creating all this content could result in failure and a loss of time, money, energy, and tissues. Having your own business involves a lot of crying. And this is the sort of mentality you've got to adopt as an entrepreneur. I know how hard and discouraging it seems to do something different and to go against the crowd. In a way, replicating others' ideas might seem like you're playing safe, but you will end up sabotaging yourself. With that said, this is the first rule of starting a successful business. I hope this helps. And now it is time to take your first risk on this journey, which is to subscribe to this channel. Do so right now to get notified about the next part series, where we will cover the next 2 rules you need to follow to be successful. Also, you will get the chance to win that one-on-one free spiritual life coaching session with me, where we can go deeper into this topic. Lastly, if you find value in this content, give us a like and share this video with a friend. Visit our website and follow us on Instagram for more inspiring thoughts. Until next time, stay well.